Hello, YouTube. Redman here. Just wanted to make this video to announce about an hour and a half. I'll be making I'll be doing a new show on Blog Talk Radio. It's about it's the title of the show. It's The Bible Says So, which basically what it is. It's a show that's going to be about the Bible and the atrocities, the contradictions, the fallacies, failed prophecies, stuff like that. Just plain old Bible errancy, which is something that I'm very familiar with. Having to defend myself as a pagan growing up against Bible thumpers, not only in my family but outside my family. Just a little background, real quick. Um, as I was growing up, I experimented with a lot of religions. I was a Christian for a while. I was a Baptist, and growing up, as I was little, I used to be we used to be Mormon. We used to be Mormon. My mom came from a Catholic background, and nowadays, even though she's kind of like, well, just for more like social, which I understand because I mean, my poor mom is 75 years old, so I can understand, the whole social aspect of going to church. Um, she goes to a Pentecostal church, which um, during the mid to late 90s was a very, well, early to late 90s was and is a very fundamentalist branch of Christianity. During that time, I pretty much had to defend myself against constant, you could call them attacks. Uh, you know, as they see a lot of, non-Christians, and even Christians who are not Pentecostal, uh, as a, I don't know, as a threat. They see they see and think that, you know, these people are so horrible, and you know, attack. But the fact is that we are not horrible people, and we're just like anybody else, but of course, that wasn't enough. So I had to confront my family, in the only way they understood, which was um, using their own holy book against them. So um, I made friends with a guy that lived in our neighborhood who was an atheist, and he taught me a lot about the Bible and um, what passages in the Bible um, contradicted themselves with other passages, sometimes within a couple of chapters or a couple of chapters or verses of each other, um, and all the biblical stuff that. I'm sorry, I just got distracted by the cat. Smart cat, just like, well, I can't get through, so I'm gonna pull the door open. Unbelievable. But anyways, yeah. So my friend, the atheist, taught me a lot of this stuff. He used to be a former pastor um, in Puerto Rico, so for 20 years. So I mean, I'm pretty confident that he knew what he was talking about, and of course, he showed me which is the best way for you to know if somebody's knowledgeable or not. So he taught me a lot of this stuff, and so afterwards, so out of curiosity on my own, I started reading and reading and reading. Um, Read a couple of different books by different people. Like um, I remember I would borrow books from him all the time, and one of the books he let me borrow was one that he had bought from I guess the American Atheist Press, which was the Bible handbook, which was very very useful. And then of course after I got a computer and I got the internet, I got a broadband connection, which is so great for me. I was able to track biblical literacy online. Of course, I found C. Dennis McKinsey, which was um, sent from the gods, I guess you could call it, even though it probably slapped me across the face saying that. But I mean, it was great. Like all the stuff that I needed to defend myself against fundamentalists, found over there. And I don't know if you could look up biblical errancy newsletter, Dennis see Dennis McKinsey, and of course he has a webpage on YouTube. Klomkin, Klockim. Um, I think that's what it's how it's spelled. Um, or Klockin. I don't know. I know he has a YouTube channel in which he talks about biblical heresy and how you know how the Bible contradicts itself, and why if Christians are vehement followers of the Bible, why don't they what do they choose to ignore certain laws, like in the book of the law, book of Moses, why do they uh, choose to ignore certain laws and try to enforce others on people, and so on and so on. And it's great. It's a lot of fun if you have a fundamentalist family member or friend. It's a fun subject to explore. I've explored it thoroughly throughout the years, ever since I was 16 at least. And it's been pretty fun. I can you know by no means haven't learned passages except for certain passages, um, by memory. But I believe I've learned enough for the sake of defending myself. And if I need to look up anything, I have like a whole archive on biblical stuff. So, anyways, if you guys get the chance, listen to the show on Blog Talk Radio. It's gonna be great. I now seeing that I'm able to um, do the thing, with the Magic Jack. Which, by the way, I mean, I don't mean to be a corporate chill, but it's great. It's a great little gadget. I mean, you know, I tried it a little bit reluctantly at first because I didn't know, it's just gonna work. So far it's been good. I really recommend it so far. Anyways, it's worked. It's been great. So give it a try. But and just to close off, go ahead and go ahead and give it a listen. If you guys want to call the numbers. If you go into my profile, yeah, I believe you'll or you see the show and you just click in, and the show is gonna be titled "The Bible Says So," and it's gonna be a phone number if you guys want to call. Go ahead and call. If you guys have any questions, I'll respond to it the best I can. If you guys have any insults, uh, please at least make them creative. If you're gonna insult me, be creative about it. Don't just throw a bunch of garbage words.